Hi, and welcome to Acid's Tech Tips. Today's video, passwords. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to educate you on how to create a ridiculously strong password that'll be different for every single website and will be very, very hard to crack. This is the way the pros and the hackers do it. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So first off, we need to fill out 3 sections. The way I do it is I go with basic info, basic rules, and a condition. Special element and condition. Now, basically use your name. So I'm not going to use my name. I'm going to use Hector in the search for happiness. Simon Pegg. Simon, S-I-M-O-N. Cool. And then you need to use, stick in, well, you don't need to, but put in your date of birth. birthday. Thank you, Simon. Copy, close, birthday, and something that you love. Okay, so Simon's from the UK. The UK is cool cars. Aston Martin. Right, now basic. Okay, so let's start with basic info. So I'm just throwing something down. Basically, from this, I want to pull a number. All right, so I put in my name. I've got my date of birth. Something I love can't be something obvious. If I don't know you, I should not be able to guess this. All right. So it can't be your wife, your kids, your car, your dog, your cat. None of those are going to work. It's got to be something unusual. Well, not unusual, but just something that's not easily. So, for instance, if you're driving around in an Aston Martin, it's probably not a good idea to select Aston Martin. It can be a place, a person, a food, just something that you love, something that's strange that a stranger wouldn't know about you. Basic rules. Your password has to be 8 or more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't be any less. And it can't be because I said so. It needs to have capital letters, caps and caps, lowercase. It's got to have some symbols. And the most important, which I shall emphasize in quotations with a star, is mix 'em up. Now, let me explain. These here are a must-have. On their own, terrible. Mixed up, awesome. If you have a password that contains 200 characters in length, and it's just all capital letters, I need to create one dictionary file with the alphabet in capital letters, run it, and boom, I've got your password. And the same goes for every single one. So if you've got a password that's 200 characters in length, that's just numbers, or lowercase, or just symbols, again, easy to break. But if you mix them up and you do like this, then you're making it exceptionally difficult for a hacker to crack your password, because that means they need to create a couple of dictionary files of numbers, caps, lower, and symbols, and run them over and over and over and over for a very long time until they manage to do it. It's just going to take too long, and that's why we mix it up. Mixing it up makes it really difficult to break. And then the special condition, I'm going to call it the magical element. That's a sexy name. The magical element. E-L-E. And the magical elements condition. So these are the 3 sections that you must hit on all of them. Okay? This here will help you to build a really, really good algorithm. So, starting with the first one, basic info. I'm not going to use the name, alright, because it's too obvious. I'm going to get rid of February because you could use it, but I like to pull numbers from numbers, so I'm not going to use February. Excuse me. We've got 14, 19, 70, so let's get rid of the 19 because 19 is obvious. So left with 1470. 1470 is a good number. To make it a little simpler, I'm going to use the inside numbers. So I'm going to get rid of the 1 and I'm going to get rid of the 0. So I'm left with 47. That's cool. See, constructing the password. And we've got a 47. Next, I want to put in our element. You can put these in any way you want, but the order that I'm going to do it is I'm going to do the number, the element, and then we'll fill in these here. So the number, our magical element, and I'll get to that, saving the best for last. Then I'm going to do its symbols. So pick your symbols. I'm going to go with a colon and a plus. And the reason why is because those two symbols mean something to me. The colon means something that's changing, like the time. The time is always changing, a time of changing. And the plus is plus something that I like. So I'm going to put in AM, Aston Martin, plus Aston Martin. Easy to remember. Always changing. Yeah, you can do minutes, but then you'd have to change your password every minute, and that's not cool. You could do months, if you wanted to be a bit hardcore, but you'd have to change your password every month, and that is also a bit hardcore. I'm going to put in the year 2016 because the year is changing and I only need to change my password once a year. Now some of you may object to my methods, but when you have letters, caps, lower, symbols all mixed up with a special element that contains a special condition, it's hard to crack, and then changing your password once a year, you know, I think it's acceptable. So basically now you have your password. That is it. We have everything covered. We've got our number. We've used Aston Martin, so that can go. Let's check the rules. 8 characters in length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Numbers, done. Caps, not yet. Lowercase, done. Symbols, for sure. And they're definitely mixed up. So we have to do that. We have to do our caps. We've got the magical element. And this is where the caps come in. So, you ready for it? The magical element, quite literally, is just the website you're going to. Gmail, Facebook, Rackspace, Cloud Foundry. Alright, so if I'm going to Gmail, I'm going to stick in Gmail. Easy, no biggie. So now we need to worry about the element, and this is where the caps come in, and this is the last section to the algorithm. The element, you got to figure it out yourself. It's up to you. If your name's Simon, S-I-M-O-N, 5 characters long, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4 and make the 5th character capital. You could do it based on whatever you can come up with. For me, I like to do it on syllables. So face and book, last letter of the syllables. There you go. And this here is an incredibly awesome password, because you've got your numbers, you've got your element, which is easy to remember because it's just the website that you're on, with the condition, which only you know because you've made it up, the syllables, the last letter or caps, cool, with something that's changing and something that you love. Easy peasy. Now, you will come across some websites that have been developed by less intelligent people that will not allow you to use symbols. I would recommend that you don't use those websites. But unfortunately, there are some important websites out there that sadly follow these methods, and you're going to have to use a password without symbols. In that case, no problem. Just remove the symbols. Problem solved. Stick in your password, hit enter. Password incorrect. It's probably one of those websites. Remove the symbols, stick it in again, hit enter. Problem solved. And now, guys, you know how to make an absolutely incredible password that checks off everything on the box. You do not have one password for every website, because that is the biggest mistake everybody makes. The stupidest, to be honest, because once the password's compromised, your life is destroyed, because we can get into absolutely everything. We can see everything you're doing, all your messages, your contacts, where you've been, where you are, who you're calling, your mail, your bank details. Oh, don't get me started. One password on a lot of websites, bad idea. This here solves that problem. Only you know the algorithm. Don't tell the algorithm to anybody. Not to your wife, to your kids, not even to your dog. This is for you and for you alone. So it's very difficult for somebody who doesn't know you to figure out, where did 47 come from? And how is he calculating which letters are capital from the website? What on earth is :16 and +am? Huh? It's a really good password. Extremely difficult to break. Different for every website. Always changing. You're checking off all the major checkboxes on what makes it easy to break passwords. So congratulations. I hope this has been educational for you. I hope you've learned from it. If you've got any questions, please I do invite questions. Bring them in. If you've got any criticism or constructive feedback, don't troll, but I mean, tell me what I'm doing wrong and I'll do my best to step it up and improve. And of course, if you need any training, help, advice, or anything like that, just send me an email. And the magical email address is acidscript@gmail.com. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope it has helped. I hope you've learned. And yeah, have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.